girl Blue Nola back in the building with another reading. I hope all is well in your world. So, I wanted to do a follow-up reading on Zion Williamson. You know, we had done a reading on him before regarding his relationship with his new baby's mother and the former Pawn star, Mariah Mills. It has been a month, and Mariah Mills continues to get on social media in an effort to destroy Zion Williams, if you will. Now, he picked her, right? He picked her. He was dating her. And now he has to suffer the consequences of his actions. So, just to get everybody up to speed, there's been a lot of activity with Mariah on Twitter. Of course, she got she got banned from Twitter. And now she's on her TikTok and her Instagram. By the way, I can still see you, Mariah. I know you went and took the time to block me on Blue Nola, but that's okay because I have 5 phones and 11 accounts, okay? But the reason why I even ended up on her account is because I thought, wow, she's on Instagram now bullying Zion, right? So when I went to her Instagram to see what everybody was posting on social media, I realized that I was a bot. As you guys know, if you're on my Instagram, when I did the last reading on Zion Williamson and Mariah, she came to my channel here on Blue Nola Tarot, trying to tell me a thing or two, right? And then she quickly deleted it, but not before I could screenshot it, okay? She said she couldn't believe she used to follow my channel and that I was so biased, right? But I couldn't be that biased. I was right. Look at you. You over here a month later harassing Zion Williamson. So what is this reading about today? Of course, she was on Twitter, got banned for harassment, bullying, and now she's on her Instagram and, of course, her TikTok, right? People are already, I'm watching the comments in the TikTok and people are already talking about let's try to get her banned. So people seem to be itching to ban her from TikTok and from Instagram. But guess what? She has multiple accounts. So just know she'll probably just make another one. And so, of course, she was banned from Twitter, and now she's on TikTok and she's on Instagram, of course, with the same shenanigans. She claims she got a tattoo of Zion Williamson. That looked fake, right? She claims she was pregnant. That ultrasound, when I actually took a screenshot of it and blew it up, there was no baby in the sack, okay? And it actually was an ultrasound, almost like it could have been an ultrasound, and it's not set in stone, but it almost looked like an ultrasound for a person that's getting a fibroid test. There was no baby actually in the sack. But if you look at the picture, there was a lot of like weird faces in the picture, right? I showed my sister and I showed some Instagram people, and it's like, yeah, I see several faces inside of that sack. Whatever that picture she was, that was gross. But anyway, so she claimed she got a tattoo on her face. That was a lie. She claimed she was pregnant. No baby was actually in a sack, right? And now today, lo and behold, she got on her social media and made claims that Zion Williamson has been beating her, right? Now, if that were the case, right? Nobody believes you, by the way. No one. This is not even about if that is even true or not. I'll pull a card or two on it, but no one believes that Zion Williamson is beating you. If you look at the comment section, literally no one believes you, right? But what is scary is that she continues this behavior. And one would think it's a mental health issue, but the other people would think it's a way to extort Zion Williamson, right? And this is my opinion, and this is the opinion of a lot of people in the comment section. It's a reason this is an extortion deal, right? I didn't get the $62,000 that you promised me in June, and now I'm gonna take to social media since you refuse to give me this money and make these other claims. All right. So the reading today is really, will anything happen to her? I saw her doing some interview with TMZ with some little regular looking dog. And she said that no legal action has come towards her, right? That Zion would never do this. But he was in his social media posting something almost as if he was suicidal, right? So will it get to the breaking point where legal action is eventually taken against Mariah Mills, right? Enough is enough. And I'm going to say this. If this were Kanye West doing this to Kim Kardashian, this person would have been banned off all platforms. If this were a white woman getting harassed by a black man, this would have been nipped in the bud. But because she's black, she's a porn star, people think it's a joke. They take it as a joke. Nothing is being done, in my opinion. But what is Zion doing? Will he eventually get to the point Or has he already spoken to someone? Have they formalized some type of plan around this? This should be a lesson to a lot of men who deal with women like this woman. It's not about her being an ex-porn star or being a porn star. It's about it's about her integrity as a person, right? It's about the way she goes about it. So how many men has she extorted before? How many people who didn't do what she wanted them to do, and she made their lives a living hell for 30 days straight, right? This is the longest I've seen someone go on a harassment spree. So let's get into it. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and put some things together. I want to put an enemy potion, not potion. What am I saying? I want to put an enemy to remove enemy energy around Mariah Mills. And I'm looking for, oh, here it is right here. We're going to do some remove enemy powder. Now here in the ritual bowl, of course, this is a ritual bowl. There's also always have like a dash or a drop of conjure oil. I showed that to you guys already, but there's a dash or, and or a drop of conjure oil already in there. You can always buy that. I have it linked on the Blueface video, but that's already there. Let's go ahead and drop in a little bit of, and this is actually to protect you from enemies, to protect you from evil, right? And the goal is to like reverse any bad energy around Zion Williamson as we do this, and it's really sad because this is a young man and he made a real terrible error in judgment in terms of who he's picking to deal with, who he was dealing with. I believe he was really dealing with this woman. I said it in the first reading. I'll stand on it in this reading. Some people were saying, I don't think she was really dealing with him. But I truly believe she was dealing with him. Even when you go on her Instagram, you look at her stories. She's all over New Orleans and really nice hotels and stuff like that. Not that he was there, but you could see even before this all broke out, she was alluding to the fact that she was with him, right? So I do still believe, and this is after I did the reading, I went and looked on her Instagram when she posted the, what do you call it, the ultrasound. So again, sweetie, I still can see your Instagram. I can see your Twitter. I can see, no, not Twitter, your band. I can see your TikToks. I can see everything. I have so many phones. Like I have even old phones that I can like power up and literally look in. I have Instagram, old Instagrams, new Instagrams. Like people need to stop thinking blocking people is doing something, right? It's not an inconvenience because I always have both phones with me. I have 5, but I have the main 2 with me all the time. So Spirit, give me the energy around Zion Williamson. And this reading is really, will they eventually take some legal action against former porn star Mariah Mills? She's continued to be on social media, badgering, harassing, and now it literally extortion to me. You can really use the word extortion because it almost like, because he didn't send that $62,000 by June, now she's on this mission to try to destroy him even further. So let's get into the energy and see, will Zion Williamson and his team, his legal team, ignoring her is clearly not going away, right? So that tactic does not work for a person who has this type of mindset. Plan A doesn't work, she goes to plan B. Plan B doesn't work, she goes to plan C. She's going to continue she's going to continue to go back to the drawing board on the next antic, right? He's actually in stress. So the 5 of Cups is a person who's actually in some sort of stress. Confirm the energy around Zion Williamson as it relates to Mariah Mills. And we can always say that's automatic. We should know that. I would be under stress too. Give me the energy around Zion Williamson. And at some point, even though she feels that he will not do anything to her, at some point he will take a stand. You see this man, even though he has a bandage around his head, he feels battered, he feels bruised, he's taking a stand. So at some point, and this feels like this can be in the next 1 to 3, this is actually nine weeks, but this feels like he could start taking some action towards her. Even in this 5 of Cups, even though he's going through a tough time, this is talking about eventually, coming to a place where he decides to take some legal action against Mariah Mills. So this is actually coming. So give me the energy around him, around Zion Williamson, as it relates to the relationship that he has or had with this lady. And the Ace of Swords is here. This is him. This is his life. Chaos, confusion, right? She is pursuing him, guys. This is like somebody who's going to continue to pursue and drag him down. Let me tell you this. This should be scary to a lot of men that are out there fooling with women like Mariah Mills. One day this could be you, right? This is why when you have a quality woman in your life, you don't go with women like Mariah Mills, because she is willing to destroy you at all costs, right? She's willing to destroy you, your reputation, say you did this, say it's literally like, you know, that movie with Glenn Close where she started to hurt herself and make up things, right? This is what it talks about. But his life is actually in an uproar. It is up in chaos. That's what it represents. Again, give me the energy spirit around Zion Williamson as it relates to Mariah Mills and the Star card. I don't think Mariah, as much as Mariah thinks she's destroying him because they recognize there's an issue with this lady. Like, I'm talking about the team, the family, the fans. They're reading things. They're getting the vibe of, like, social media is powerful. And the fact that social media doesn't even believe her, that says a lot about, like, how people are viewing it. She thinks she's destroying, like, she may be hurting him personally, but professionally, and she's still hurting him. But I'm just saying, he's like, you can try to dim his light, but this is Zion. He will rebuild, right? Even if he leaves the Pelicans, he will rebuild. Even if he, you know, regardless, he will rebuild. So the problem is that he will always be attached to this negativity, right, as a part of his legacy. But I would say dark period, right? I would say regretting his decision. I would say this is definitely difficult. I feel like, and I said this in the beginning, and I'll say it again, I felt like when I first saw Zion and the situation broke out, I felt like he thought it was funny. I don't think he thinks it's so funny now in that Ace of Swords energy in reverse, right? That talks about this is turned into a real negative situation. Also, I don't feel like you're breaking him and his girlfriend up either. The more and more she pushes Mariah Mills, that pushes him closer to the relationship that he's in with this person. He's going to be there throughout the whole entire pregnancy, throughout the whole entire birth, he's going to stick with this lady. So if anything, she's pushed him and forced him into really sticking closely to the woman that he's currently with. So let's go ahead and just look into the Pelicans real quick and just kind of see, because I see where he's still going to be okay. He'll be okay. He'll rebuild. But at some point, will the Pelicans get tired? Will this become overwhelming? It is a distraction for the team. They're not here for that. You know, this is New Orleans, right? So let's get into the energy around. At some point, have they had a meeting? Have they talked about it? And they see this as a negative, just like I said, right? This is a negative. But what they do see it as, too, as somebody who's making a false story. But it is a negative, and people are talking, and people are saying things, right? And I'm talking about from the top of the organization to somebody seeing it on social media and saying something about it or having a complaint about it. Even in that King Knight of Swords energy, that's a distraction. It is distraction. It's a disturbance. The thing that these two have in common, the King of Swords and the Ten of Cups, that's distraction energy, right? So right now he seems like he's okay, but it is a distraction. It is a distraction for him. And what he's got going on as far as his career is concerned. He still has star card energy though. That means he will, regardless, even if at some point that they get tired of it, he moves on or whatever they decide to do, he will still rebuild his career, right? Give me the energy again around the Pelicans as it relates to Zion Williamson. And he has the Four of Cups. Again, this is some energy around being aggravated and vexed with it. But again, it's not enough for them to just say, we're at this time. Now, again, they do have in their energy parting ways. No player, no basketball player, no football player, no player stays forever. But there is a transition away from the Pelicans, right, at some point. If you looked at this and this is actually 10 months. This is 14 months. So if you add these two together, that's 14 months. So just know, like, I wouldn't be surprised, that he'll be on his way to another team eventually, right? I wouldn't be surprised. But right now, it is a distraction, and they consider it a distraction. But I do feel like they're still standing behind him because they realize that this lady, there's an issue, right? Give me the energy, please, Spirit, around like Zion's family. And they're supporting him, right? This is, I support you. I love you. We didn't come this far for nobody to mess it up. Only God can do that, right? That's what this represents. His family standing behind him in solidarity, etc., etc. That's what it talks about, right? Give me the energy around Zion. And again, hermit. So he actually has been talked to and guided. I can see like multiple people talking to him. The hermit is actually different people in the community, in his community, the circle that he's in, having conversations with him. There's a learning lesson, grow from it, right? They're telling him, stay away from this lady. Stay away from this lady. This lady here, she don't care about you, right? She's, this is overdoing it. Isolate yourself from this. She's affecting your business. This lady is this lady is vengeful, right? This is a person who's vengeful, and she quick with it. And she wants to start all this gossip around him. So I definitely see where his family is telling him, please stay away from this lady. Now, Mariah Mills is extorting him, right? That's basically what it, when the first thing out her mouth was, he was supposed to send me $62,000 and he didn't. So give me the energy, and the Ace of Wands is here. Her story, she don't have no real proof around that, right? About abuse and this, that, and the other. Her happened. Give me the energy. Again, story flip-flopping all over the place, right? Story flip-flopping over the place. Let me say this. You got somebody, you got him choking you. Might have been through, let me stop. Choking you while you was in a, you know how you like to be choked on the videos, girl. With the white man. So maybe he was choking you like that. I don't know. Let me stop you. That's it. But here, in your Nine of Wands, you're not going to get anywhere. If anything, you're going to move Zion further and further away from you. Even with this, and I don't believe a lot that she's saying either when she's talking, because even when TMZ was interviewing her, there was like the way she was wording things, you could tell like some of the stuff she was saying. Did you even believe it yourself? But with that Nine of Wands, that represents you're going to move him further and further and further away from you. And even with that Three of Swords, that represents moving on and letting you go, right? Because you've created so much stress and so much pain and so much strife that it's going to be hard for you to recover. I don't believe she cares about being with Zion to like that. Because if she cared about being with Zion like that, she wouldn't be going this far. At this point, this is a person who has nothing to lose, right? What is he getting from her if he sues her? What is he accomplishing if, like, he can accomplish shutting her up? But what money is he getting? She says she has all money. Can't be you waiting on $62,000 from Zion Williamson, right? You big bucks. You big baller. So you can say I'm biased, but everything I'm speaking is facts. Everything I'm saying is true. And everybody on social media probably agree with me 100%, right? At the end of the day, you're moving him further and further away from you. Since you like watching my videos, you're moving him further and further away from him. And he's going to continue to cut ties with you. That's what it's about right here. Spirit, give me the energy around, will it go to the points where this man literally got to bring this lady to court? Like, some people go so far where they actually have to be dragged into court. Will they get to that point where he may even have to take real legal action, where they go to court? Give me the energy around Mariah Mills. Oops. And she has in her energy the Page of Swords. This lady gonna keep going, y'all. Going and going and going and going and manipulating and deception. This is what this talks about. And don't believe some of the stuff she even put on social media, because it can be manipulated. If she's willing to manipulate her having a tattoo, she's willing to manipulate stories. She's willing to go online and straightforward boldface. You can see she's lying. You can't believe anything she's saying. Give me the energy around Mariah Mills again. Legal action. Will he serve her with any type of cease and desist, and will she stop? A Ten of Pentacles. Tower card. So there is something about something happening where he is presenting something of, and almost like making it difficult. This could be some type of like, especially with this Ten of Pentacles, he looks kind of like he'll be able to go to legally and put something in place. The Tower energy is to avoid disaster, create an obstacle, to make it difficult for the person, to imprison the person to some degree. So I can see it, but I feel like this lady with her Page of Swords energy, that talks about a person who keeps going and going. Like somebody, just like Tasha K and the lady from TikTok, the reader from TikTok, she'll wipe her behind with the cease and desist until it gets too far, goes too far, right? The Three of Pentacles. I don't believe that he hasn't talked to his lawyers. I don't believe that in any of that he hasn't done, said anything. But I do believe at some point he will take legal action, even if it takes a little longer than I'm predicting, or not even predicting, but saying. I feel like he's going to take some type of legal action. But she looks like she'll keep going and going and going. Spirit, give me the final outcome around Mariah Mills and Zion. High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles. She wants you to pay her out, sir, for her time and her trouble and her alleged broken heart. She wants you to pay her out, but see, that's what I'm saying. She could actually end up in court with a judgment against her if she keeps on with the harassment. He will eventually take action, and if she keeps going, he can actually do a lawsuit against her, and he can actually win, right? Literally harassing her full-fledged in public. All right, so anyway, this is your girl Blue Nola. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you care. This is on Mariah Mills and Zion Williamson. I think it's a shame, though. I think it's a shame because she's almost, she's in her late 30s, and she's literally online harassing somebody who's 22 years old. When you think about it, it almost feels like she thought she had a simp, and because he switched gears on her and went with another person. And now she's upset, and now she keeps on trying to disrespect him. I don't know this lady. I don't know what her problem is, other than the fact that she looks like she's trying to extort this person, and it's not going anywhere. If I was Zion, I wouldn't give her a penny. And any man that deal with her, she said tons of men are in her DMs. If y'all go with Mariah Mills, good for you. You deserve everything that you're supposed to be getting. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you on the next video. Peace and blessings. Bye.